let's do a quick fight week. Let's do a quick preview since we're here and talk about what happened with Adrien Broner and why he wasn't on the call. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put that clip up for you right now. So once again, thanks for watching. We're going to be live again at 6:30 p.m. basically in about a little less than 40 minutes or so to talk about some other boxing news of the week. But in the meantime, Adrien Broner, this was supposed to be Adrien Broner and Omar Figueroa's media conference, virtual press conference. And this is standard practice for Showtime to do these before their fights. They'll have a virtual press conference, and then they'll have a press conference during fight week. Even for Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero, no, Tank Davis versus Isaac Cruz, they have a press conference, then a virtual press conference. But if it's a pay-per-view, and that Isaac Cruz is a last-minute replacement, but if it's a pay-per-view, then they'll do a press conference, then fight week press conference. In this case, this is a regular Showtime boxing card where even you had Jamal Charlo, other Showtime fighters, Stephen Fulton, they do virtual press conferences. So let me go here right now, and we're going to take some time and look at this, and then we're going to talk about the card and why, unfortunately, this fight is going to be taking place at 140. History is not on the side of Adrien Broner. So, but here's what happened with Adrien Broner earlier. He just left the press conference, and Mike Stafford just sat there, and here he is. All right, let's go watch it. He was upset, basically. Here, I'll let him explain.
Together, and they're going to settle it in the ring on August 20th. It is brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. Tickets are available, and you can get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Again, Ticketmaster.com. I'm going to talk to both of these fighters about this fight. You see their trainers are with them as well. Mike Stafford, longtime trainer of Adrien Broner, and, of course, the father of Omar Figueroa Jr., Omar Figueroa Sr. as well. We'll talk with them. And I know members of the media, you have questions for them as well. All you have to do is on the Zoom, hit the raise your hand icon there, and you'll be able to ask your question as well. Gentlemen, let's get into it, and let's get into this fight. And Adrien, we'll start with you because I know for a while you've been training for this. You've been out in Colorado. Can you give us a word on just how training camp has been going and just your feelings on facing Omar Figueroa Jr.?
I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Brian. I ain't with none of this shit they got going on. I feel like Al Haymon and Steven Espinoza is bullshitting because why is we doing a press conference on a computer when you got guys like, they don't do Floyd shit on no fucking computer when he fight a YouTuber. They don't do nobody else shit on the computer, but they want to do my shit on the computer. So that's telling me they don't give a fuck about me. So when you say fuck me, it's fuck y'all. And at the end of the day, that's what I really just came here to let y'all know. I see anybody can see it. Y'all at this point, y'all bullshitting. Y'all's been supposed to make this fight. Y'all giving us dates. Y'all keep pushing our dates back. Like, y'all, come on, man. Who the fuck do a 6-month camp? Y'all tripping. So what I'm gonna do, Brian, I'm gonna talk to you at 11 on Thursday. So what I'm gonna do is tell Omar, keep training your ass off. I'm training my ass off too. Let's go in there and put on a great performance. But I'm gonna get the fuck on up out of here and go back to sleep, y'all. Hey, Brian, I'll see you on Thursday, all right?
Let me say one thing.
And he left. Adrien Broner went on to leave the virtual press conference. Now, basically, he just said, fuck Al Haymon, fuck Steven Espinoza. And if you haven't been paying attention, Adrien Broner for the last, I'm going to say about 3 years or so, if you know where to look, there's videos scattered all through the internet, from YouTube all the way down to Reddit, from where he's been expressing his displeasure with PBC and Al Haymon. It seems like he's been wanting out for a long time. Now, he's going to be fighting Omar Figueroa August the 20th on PBC Showtime regular boxing, no belt on the line. The fight is going to be taking place at 140. That's a significant factor right there. The last time Adrien Broner By the way, Adrien Broner turns 33 years old next week, the 28th. Right now, what's today's date? The 19th, 5:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Broner, 34 4-1 with 24 KOs. Arguably, a lot of people thought he lost this last fight. Before that, so one fight in 2021, no fights in 2020, the pandemic. The Manny Pacquiao fight that a lot of people thought he shouldn't have got, that got him a big payday from, unfortunately, I don't like talking about people money, but, that was rumored to be a fight where he had to pay back Haymon for advances and all kind of, shit like that. So basically, he made little to no money for that fight. That's the rumor going around. And even he said something like that in an interview. I believe the interview's on like a Secback channel somewhere. Can somebody confirm that? He said some shit like that. The Jesse Vargas fight, that was at 144. A lot of people thought he lost that fight. The Mikey Garcia fight, I was there for that fight ringside. That was a cool, nice event. The Adrian Granados fight, he had some issues there. And then the last time he was at 140 pounds was 6+ years ago. So if your life depended on it, ladies and gentlemen, okay, let's not say your life. Let's say your hamster's life or your gerbil's life depended on it, right? And that gerbil all pretty looking and it's like and all cute, and you're like, oh, gerbil, you're the best, And it was like, listen, it was some evil man with some cleats on, and he said, I'm gonna stump this gerbil to death if Adrien Broner don't make 140 pounds. Would you trust him? I wouldn't trust Adrien Broner with my gerbil's life. No way. So I'll be all crying and shit. No way. And I lost my fish earlier, bro. Elliot, I'm still a little torn up about that. I think I kind of boiled him to death. I put him on like the radiator where I was changing the water. Don't get me started. But I put him in like the extra container, and I set it on top of the radiator where I was cleaning out the tank. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I don't trust this fight for Adrien Broner at 140 pounds. If you go look at the punch stats, well, let me just pull up an Omar Figueroa fight. I'm trying to find the punch stats here. I know I had them pulled up somewhere. Figueroa in his last fight against Abel Ramos, how long did that go? 28-2-1 with 19 KOs. The Ramos fight, okay, so basically it'll be a 15-month layoff since he fought Abel Ramos. 6-round stoppage. 6-round stoppage. In those 6 rounds, Omar Figueroa threw 439 punches. Well on his way to a 900 punch output for a 10-round fight. 150 landed. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm tripping. That says that he was on his way to 600 punches thrown. I'm looking at Ramos. He was on his way to 600 punches thrown. 150 landed through a 10-round fight. But when you look at Adrien Broner's numbers against his last opponent, which he's on what? How long has he been off? Now, he's saying he's been in camp for 6 months and they've been pushing the dates back. It's no secret. I think it's all out there right now that PBC has been having some issues with their large stable and keeping their fighters active. And that's why we've been seeing paying their fighters, too, their guaranteed money. That's why we've been seeing a lot of pay-per-views like fucking loser teams versus Charles Martin. That was a huge red flag right there. And it started when they did Chris Arreola and Ian Ruiz, huge red flag. And then we're not seeing Jamel Charlo versus Tim Tszyu until basically January 28th of next year. So Showtime, they're a network, but they can't put on boxing and don't have the budget for boxing every week. You see what I'm saying? So Adrien Broner's been pissed at his inactivity. And if you don't remember, this was the post-fight press conference after he got that controversial win over Giovanni Santiago, and this is what he said about inactivity. And I'm gonna play this clip, and then we're gonna move on because I got to stream again at 6:30, 6:02 right now.
I found out what it feel like to win another fight, so I want to keep doing that.
I know that final question for me. I know that there's always going to be temptations. There's always going to be people talking things of that nature. Do you think that it's going to be a struggle to stay away from some of the vices that kind of kept you away from where you want to be in boxing?
See, that's what I'm saying. I did it this camp. I did it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you three of my biggest vices. One, gambling. Two, sex. And three, women. And well, I say I'll put. You could put some together. I'll say one more. I'll say one more, huh? One more. Liquor. Yeah, I was drinking and partying a lot, and I stopped all four. And I just focused on boxing, and it was tough. It was tough to go in the house and look at my beautiful wife every night and not kiss her or want to make love to her. It was tough, but I did it. And every time I came out the room, GT, I had him living with me. He would just keep it in my mind, like, hey man, don't be having no sex. And,
Shout out to GT.
And, that was helping, but I had it on my mind anyway. I wasn't trying to go in the house and make love to that girl. I was
good for him. But basically what he was saying was, after his last fight, last February, he was talking about how, like he wants to stay active and keeping him active keeps him out of trouble. Now, as I said, it's been pretty open that he wants out of PBC, but I don't think he'll ever not be a PBC fighter. But when you're going on virtual press conference for a big time event coming up, and you're talking about basically, fuck Al Haymon and fuck Steven Espinoza, it's just like, so you want out, you're asking, to leave. And here's the thing. I'm not confident that Adrien Broner is going to beat Omar Figueroa because, for one, the fight is taking place at 140. Adrien Broner ain't been at 140 in 6+ years. Adrien Broner, doesn't let his hands go. And let me pull up those punch stats again from his last fight. So let's see here. Total punches thrown for Adrien Broner in his last fight. 338 thrown. Right? 338 thrown and only 98 landed. His opponent, Giovanni Santiago, 697 thrown, 207 landed, 98 of those to the body. How did he lose this fight? Hey, But I'm not confident that Broner, for one, I don't think he can stop Omar Figueroa. I don't think that. Now, Omar Figueroa has been notorious, for having hand injuries. And also, he's been very vocal about his mental health issues. And let me tell you something. I was diagnosed with some shit a few years ago. And that mental health shit, it will fuck with you. Like, once you, really understand, I'm not going to go beat you over the head with it. Because even me, I get tired of hearing about, fucking Ryan Garcia, Tyson Fury, but I do acknowledge mental health because I go through the shit. I was diagnosed with a post-traumatic stress disorder. And growing up, when I heard that shit, I always thought it was, you can only get that shit from war. But, I guess you are in your own type of wars out here. But anyway, moving on is just like I thought about Ryan Garcia. And I still think that if Ryan Garcia loses a fight, that maybe because of his mental health issues, he may retire or disappear for a couple of years. I don't doubt that. That's just my personal opinion. But with Omar Figueroa, do you think that in the ring, that's going to affect him? Because it's not like he's going to stop throwing punches. And what can Broner do to Omar Figueroa that hasn't been done? He can't. I don't think that Broner can have a performance like your Dennis Ugas did when he became the first person to stop him. Broner can't out-throw him. So if Broner was to lose, let's be honest, it's going to be because likely he gets out-punched or out-thrown. And Broner has this issue with pressure fighters. His toughest fights and the ones that he lost has been against pressure fighters. And even when you look at the power, okay, this fight is taking place at 140 pounds. That's just scary enough. Oh, no, excuse me. The Mikey Garcia fight was at 140 pounds. I was at that press conference too, and he was upset. This is a fact. I was at the Broner Mikey Garcia press conference in New York. Where was it at? I believe it was in the Dream Hotel in Manhattan. Was it there? I don't remember. Anyway, he was upset because it was a small venue. He wanted the press conference to be in the Barclays Center. And before everything started, like you can see when he came in, he just was upset, like, yo, this is not how y'all would do Floyd shit. And it's like, bro, let's be honest. Adrien Broner is not Floyd Mayweather. And Omar Figueroa, and I'm guessing that they wanted the press conference. I'm guessing Adrien Broner, he wanted the press conference to happen in Miami. Did he want to and have Omar Figueroa travel down there for a press conference? I mean, normally in the past they would do that, but in this day of social media and these streams, they've been doing this Showtime where they'll have these virtual press conferences, unless it's like a fight where it's like in LA or New York, where it's like, all right, well, let's I don't know. I don't agree with him. But once again, I'm gonna run it back for you, and I just feel that he was out of line here. And this also shows me that he probably wants out of PBC.
Going and just your feelings on facing Omar Figueroa.
But look, here he is. So, basically, he's basically saying fuck Steven Espinoza's Showtime and fuck Al Haymon.
Figueroa Jr.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Brian. I ain't with none of this shit they got going on. I feel like Al Haymon and Steven Espinoza is bullshitting because why is we doing a press conference on a computer when you got guys like they don't do Floyd shit on no fucking computer when he fight a YouTuber. They don't do nobody else shit on the computer, but they want to do my shit on the computer. So that's telling me they don't give a fuck about me. So when you say fuck me, it's fuck y'all. And at the end of the day, that's what I really just came here to let y'all know. I see anybody can see it. Y'all at this point y'all bullshitting. Y'all's been supposed to make this fight. Y'all giving us dates. Y'all keep pushing our dates back. Like, y'all, come on, man. Who the fuck do a 6-month camp? Y'all tripping. So what I'm gonna do, Brian, I'm gonna talk to you at 11 on Thursday. So what I'm gonna do is tell Omar, keep training your ass off. I'm training my ass off too. Let's go in there and put on a great performance. But I'm gonna get the fuck on up out of here and go back to sleep, y'all. Hey, Brian, I'll see you on Thursday, all right?
And he just straight bounced.
Let me say one thing. Now, because of COVID, this has kind of been the thing. This is like the preliminary press conference that we generally do. And then we obviously have the press conference in person during fight week. So this has been the protocol of what we've done generally, all because of COVID. Omar, go to.
And he just bounced. Now I understand you can be upset and all that, but when you start saying fuck people, it's like fuck me, like bro, fuck you. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? You can't go around saying fuck people like that. That's some serious shit right there. But he definitely has to win. And here's an idea. Somebody brought it up in the chat. What if he's trying to like really force himself out? And what if Showtime gets to a point where they're like, you know what? We don't want nothing more to do with him. We tired of his shit. We tired of him missing weight. We tired of him cussing people out in the post-fight interviews, telling us he won the shit and he really didn't. And disrespecting Jim Gray and all this type of shit. What if they're like, you know what? We're done with him. You know what I would like to see though? How do you guys feel about Ryan Garcia and Adrien Broner on the zone? I'm just smiling thinking about it. What if Al Haymon just be like, you know what? I'm still gonna be your manager, but there was some fucking bitch ass shit you did, and now Showtime don't want nothing to do with you. And the rumors are Fox never wanted nothing to do with you because your mouth, you're not good for free TV. So you know what? We're gonna look at something over for the zone for you, but you gotta give me my fee. You get whatever they're going to pay you. I take my cut. But if you want to go over there, we're going to try to, get you the biggest purses possible. And we're going to feed you to Ryan Garcia. Would it be feeding him to Ryan Garcia? I don't know. I want that. I would entertain that. You would not entertain Ryan Garcia versus Adrien Broner. Come on now. Those media events would be gold. He would get that in-person media event. But let's see if he's going to make 140 pounds, though. By the way, Adrien Broner turns 33 next week. The 28th, he'll be 33 years old. Here's the undercard. You're going to have Alberto Puello taking on Bakhtir Akhmedov. That's going to be for the WBA title. The one, from my understanding, that Josh Taylor has vacated, if he's not fully vacated yet. Roger Gutierrez taking on Hector Garcia. Remember, Gutierrez was supposed to fight Colbert Colbert lost in an upset to Garcia, and now you having Garcia versus Gutierrez for that WBA title. Remember, Shakur Stevenson has the WBC and the WBO. And the other cards are pretty much showcase fights. It's taking place on August the 20th, down in Miami, the Hollywood Casino, right? Broner's pretty much been residing down in Miami. But I don't know, yo. Let me get up out of here. Take a time out, like the video, subscribe. You don't want to see Broner versus Ryan Garcia? I'm going to be back in about 15 minutes or so for another boxing stream here. It's pinned right at the top of the chat where we're going to talk about other topics like, recapping what happened this weekend with Ryan Garcia, talking about Isaac Dogbay, Joey Gonzalez. And then, of course, the talks of Iris Lindy Lara and Keith Thurman. So that's something to talk about. Thanks for watching. Please drop a like before you go. We stream on Tuesday, 6 p.m., Thursday, 6 p.m., Friday, 6 p.m., and Saturday nights during the main events of our boxing streams. Down below is the link to my social media. Basically, in the description box, I put the boxing schedule all down there and past fight results and the WBC app, powered by the Vive Network for Roku, Android, and Apple. Thanks for watching. See you guys in about 15 minutes or so.